Hey everyone, I'm Jessica Schifrin, and today we're diving into a topic that's filled with history, tradition, and a lot of passion: herbalism. When you hear the word herbalist, what comes to mind? Maybe it's an image of someone foraging in a forest, or perhaps a wise elder passing down family remedies. The truth is, the world of herbalism is incredibly diverse, and not all herbalists are the same. It's a field with different paths, philosophies, and levels of training, which can be confusing if you're looking for guidance or even thinking about becoming an herbalist yourself. To clear things up, we're going to break down the three main types you'll likely encounter: the folk herbalist, the community herbalist, and the clinical herbalist. Each of these roles represents a unique approach to using plants for wellness. They differ significantly in how they learn their craft, how they practice, and the kind of support they offer. Understanding these distinctions is crucial, not just for appreciating the depth of herbal knowledge, but for making informed decisions about your own health and wellness journey. So, whether you're simply curious about medicinal plants, seeking out an herbal practitioner, or exploring a new career path, this video is for you. We're going to explore what makes each type of herbalist special, the kind of training they undergo, and how they contribute to the world of natural health. Let's get into it and demystify the incredible practice of herbalism, so you can navigate it with confidence and clarity. First up, let's talk about the folk herbalist. This is often the most romanticized and in many ways the most ancient form of herbalism. Think of it as the people's medicine. A folk herbalist's knowledge isn't typically gained from a formal, accredited institution. Instead, it's a rich tapestry woven from personal experience, self-study, and wisdom passed down through generations. This is the heart of traditional healing, the knowledge that has sustained families and communities for centuries, long before modern medicine came into the picture. The learning path for a folk herbalist is deeply personal and self-directed. They are voracious readers, devouring books on botany, traditional remedies, and plant identification. They might spend hours walking through local fields and forests, getting to know the plants in their own backyard. This hands-on, experiential learning is fundamental. They learn by doing, by tasting, smelling, and observing the effects of the plants they work with. It's a very intimate and intuitive connection to the natural world around them. Apprenticeship is another key component in this tradition. A budding folk herbalist might learn directly from an elder or a more experienced practitioner, absorbing knowledge through stories, shared experiences, and direct observation. This mentorship model ensures that nuanced, place-based wisdom continues to be passed on. You'll also find them taking non-certified online courses or joining local foraging groups, constantly adding to their personal well of knowledge. It's a continuous, lifelong journey of discovery. Because their training is informal, folk herbalists are not licensed or certified in a clinical sense. Their practice is not about diagnosing or treating specific medical conditions. Instead, they focus on supporting overall wellness, sharing knowledge about safe, common herbs for everyday issues like a soothing cup of chamomile tea for better sleep or a calendula salve for minor skin irritations. They are the keepers of ancestral wisdom, empowering individuals to take a more active role in their own simple, day-to-day health. Their role is one of empowerment and education, often within their own family or close-knit circle. They teach others how to identify and use the plants growing right outside their door, fostering a sense of self-reliance and a deeper connection to nature. The folk herbalist reminds us that healing knowledge belongs to everyone and can be found in the simple, powerful act of getting to know the green world around us. It's a beautiful, foundational practice that keeps ancient traditions alive and well. Now let's move on to our second type, the community herbalist. This role is a fantastic bridge between the deep-rooted traditions of the folk herbalist and the more structured approach of a clinical practice. As the name suggests, their focus is squarely on the community. They are passionate about making herbal knowledge and care accessible and affordable to everyone in their local area, acting as a vital resource for wellness education and support. They are the neighborhood herbalist, working to empower their community from the ground up. The training for a community herbalist is more formalized than that of a folk herbalist. They typically complete intermediate-level programs at dedicated herbal schools or through structured, long-term apprenticeships. These programs go beyond basic plant identification and use, covering topics like human anatomy and physiology, basic pathology, and more complex herbal formulation. They learn not just what a plant does, but why it works within the body's systems, giving them a more robust framework for their practice. A huge part of their work is education. You'll often find community herbalists hosting workshops, leading plant walks, or teaching classes at local community centers, health food stores, or even farmers markets. They might teach people how to create their own home apothecary, how to make tinctures and salves, or how to use herbs to support their families through seasonal changes. Their goal is to demystify herbalism and give people practical, hands-on skills to manage their own well-being. In addition to education, many community herbalists run free or low-cost clinics. In these settings, they offer one-on-one consultations for non-acute health concerns. They'll sit down with someone, listen to their story, and suggest herbal protocols and lifestyle changes to support things like better digestion, stress management, or immune health. They operate within a specific scope, always emphasizing that they are not a replacement for a medical doctor, but a partner in a holistic approach to health. Ultimately, the community herbalist is a grassroots health advocate. They understand the specific needs and challenges of their local population and work to provide relevant, culturally sensitive care. They build strong relationships and foster a sense of collective well-being, reminding us that health is not just an individual pursuit, but a community effort. They are the vital link that makes herbalism a living, breathing, and accessible practice for the modern world. Finally, we arrive at the clinical herbalist. This is the most rigorously trained professional in the herbalism field. If the folk herbalist is the keeper of tradition and the community herbalist is the local educator, the clinical herbalist is the health detective. They possess an extensive and in-depth knowledge of botany, pharmacology, human physiology, and nutrition, allowing them to work with complex health situations and create highly personalized, targeted wellness plans for their clients. The educational path for a clinical herbalist is comprehensive and honestly, pretty demanding. It involves completing advanced, long-term programs at established herbal schools, or even earning diplomas or degrees in herbal medicine. These programs often require thousands of hours of study, covering everything from materia medica, the detailed study of hundreds of plants, to pathophysiology, which is understanding how diseases affect the body. This scientific foundation is really what sets them apart. A critical component of their training is the clinical practicum. This is where they work directly with clients under the supervision of experienced practitioners. This hands-on clinical experience is invaluable, as it teaches them how to conduct thorough client intakes, assess health concerns from a holistic perspective, and develop safe and effective herbal protocols. They learn to look at the whole person, their health history, diet, lifestyle, and emotional state, not just a list of symptoms. One of the most important aspects of their practice is safety. Clinical herbalists are trained to understand the nuances of herb-drug interactions, contraindications, and potential side effects. They know which herbs are safe during pregnancy, which ones might interact with blood pressure medication, and the appropriate dosages for different individuals. This focus on evidence-based practice and safety is, honestly, paramount, ensuring they can work alongside conventional medical treatments responsibly. When you work with a clinical herbalist, you can expect a detailed and collaborative process. They will create a comprehensive, multifaceted protocol that might include custom-formulated tinctures, teas, supplements, and specific dietary and lifestyle recommendations. Their goal is to address the root cause of an imbalance, not just manage symptoms, and to empower their clients with the knowledge to maintain their health long-term. They really represent the integration of traditional wisdom with modern scientific understanding. So, as you can see, the world of herbalism is rich and varied, with a path for every level of interest and need. We've journeyed from the folk herbalist, who carries the heart of ancestral wisdom and learns through tradition and direct experience, to the community herbalist, who acts as a crucial bridge, bringing accessible education and care to their local neighborhoods. And finally, we explored the clinical herbalist, a highly trained professional who blends deep scientific knowledge with holistic care to address complex health concerns. Each of these paths is valid and honestly incredibly valuable. The folk herbalist keeps the ancient traditions alive, the community herbalist builds resilient and empowered communities, and the clinical herbalist provides a safe and knowledgeable bridge between herbalism and modern healthcare. The beauty of this spectrum is that it offers different entry points and levels of engagement. There is no single right way to be an herbalist. There is only the way that resonates most deeply with an individual's calling and community's needs. I encourage you to think about which of these roles speaks to you. Are you drawn to the personal, intuitive connection of the folk tradition? Do you feel a passion for teaching and empowering your local community? Or does the deep scientific dive of clinical practice ignite your curiosity? Whatever your interest, I hope this has given you a clearer map of this incredible field. Thank you for joining me today. Stay curious, stay well, and keep exploring the powerful world of plants.